Okay, so you're a parent and choosing the right educational path for your child, it can feel pretty overwhelming, right? Here in the UK, it often feels like it comes down to two big names, the world-renowned Montessori philosophy and the official EYFS framework. But how different are they really? And more importantly, which one is the perfect fit for your child? Well, that's what we're here to figure out.
And that's the big question, isn't it? By the end of this, you'll have a much clearer idea, a framework really, to help you answer that for your own family.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll dive deep into what the Montessori philosophy is all about. Then, we'll unpack the UK's official framework, the EYFS. After that, and this is the fun part, we'll put them side by side, see what they actually look like in a classroom, and wrap it all up by helping you figure out what might be the best path for your child. All right, first up, let's talk Montessori. This is an approach that is, at its very core, all about the child. You've probably heard the name, right? Dr. Maria Montessori. Her whole approach is built on this really powerful idea that kids are naturally hungry for knowledge. So it's less about a teacher standing at the front of the room and way more about creating the perfect space for a child to discover things for themselves. And all these pieces, they fit together to create this really unique learning environment. Think about it. Hands-on materials in what they call a prepared environment are just begging to be explored. You've got mixed age groups, so older kids can help younger kids. And these long, uninterrupted work periods, they're all about letting kids get really deep into what they're doing. The teacher, they're more of a guide on the side, not the main event. Okay, so we've looked at one specific philosophy. Now let's switch gears and talk about the national standard here in the UK. We're talking about the early years foundation stage, which you'll almost always hear called the EYFS. Now, this is a key difference. The EYFS isn't just a philosophy like Montessori. It's actually the official government-mandated framework for every child in England from the day they're born until they turn 5. And its main job? To make sure there are consistent standards everywhere and that all kids have the basic skills they need to be ready for big school. The whole EYFS curriculum is structured around 7 areas of learning. So you have what are called the 3 prime areas. Think of these as the absolute foundation for everything else. You've got personal, social, and emotional development. Learning to play and share. Then there's communication and language, and of course, physical development. Once kids are getting strong in those areas, the 4 specific areas kick in. That's when you start to see things like literacy and maths. It's really a roadmap for a child's development, from the ground up. Okay, so now we know the players, it's time for the main event. Let's put Montessori and EYFS head-to-head and see exactly how they differ. When you boil it all down, the biggest difference really comes down to structure versus freedom. With Montessori, everything is super flexible. It follows the child's lead. The idea is to help them find that sense of, I did it, all on their own. The curriculum literally bends to fit the child. Then you have a more traditional EYFS setting. It's more structured. There are goals and milestones the teachers help the whole group work towards. So you could say one empowers from the inside out, and the other guides from the outside in. All right, that's all the theory. But what does a typical day actually look like in one of these classrooms? Let's take a peek at learning in action. So, in a Montessori classroom, they don't call them activities or playtime, they call them works. And it's serious fun. You'll see kids totally absorbed in practical life skills, things like pouring water without spilling or mastering buttoning frames. It's amazing for their coordination and independence. Then you have the sensorial materials, like that famous pink tower, which are all designed to help kids understand the world through their senses. And for language, they use these incredible tactile tools like sandpaper letters, so a child can literally feel the shape of a letter as they learn its sound. Now, over in an EYFS setting, it's all about learning through play, with activities designed to hit all those 7 areas we talked about. So to boost communication, you might find kids making up amazing stories using story stones. For their social and emotional skills, maybe they're using emotion cards to talk about how they're feeling. And for physical development, you'll see a ton of outdoor play and lots of squishing Play-Doh to get those little hand muscles strong and ready for writing. Okay, we've gone through the philosophies, we've compared them, we've even seen what the activities look like. So now we come to the big one, making the right choice for your child. And if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. There is no single best answer. There's no winner here. The right choice is completely individual. It all depends on your child's personality, their specific learning style, and honestly, what you as a family believe is most important in those early years. So let's sum it up. The EYFS gives you a consistent, reliable framework. It's government approved, it's adaptable, and it ensures a solid standard of quality pretty much everywhere. Montessori, that's a philosophy. It's all about the child leading the way. It's absolutely ideal for a little one who really thrives on independence and figuring things out for themselves. So, in the end, everything we've talked about really boils down to one simple question. And it's a question only you can answer. What kind of learner is your child? Once you have a sense of that, you'll be well on your way to finding the perfect start for their educational journey.